Hello, everybody. It's Sandra, and it is actually a shockingly late time right now. It's 12:19 a.m., but I am all fired up preparing lots of stuff for Inspired Keys YouTube channel as well as the Inspired Keys Academy. And I thought I would just jump on here to just share very quickly about what a crazy and exciting week it has been. So basically, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you will know that I recently jumped back on board with the serving keys in the worship team in my new church, and it's called Crossway Baptist Church in Melbourne, Australia. And I served for the first time. Remember the date, but I served for the first time, like, I think it was a month ago, right? And so I'm going to be on again this coming Sunday. That would be the 24th of June. So in our church, we have worship rehearsals on Thursday nights, and it has been a very intense time of practicing. Yeah, so here's the context. The first time I served about a month ago, I was playing synth, and that means I'm the one playing pads. But then this weekend, I am doing two new roles. First, I am a pianist, and so I suppose that means all the non-pad sounds, right? So that's a whole bunch of either piano or synth or electric piano kind of sounds. So that's a different way of playing and practicing, which I am actually really crazy about because I just feel like there's a lot of potential when you play a role like this. You can create lots of riffs and create a lot of melodic interest, which trust me, I can go really crazy about. So I'm kind of like trying to control myself with that. I'm excited about that, but of course that required a lot of practice on its own. But on top of that, I have been assigned as band leader. So that means I have a comms mic and I call out sections or band dynamic informations or maybe even chord progressions when things go unplanned and free worship moments and stuff like that. So that's the cool thing about being a band leader. But it actually takes a ton of practice because, it's one thing playing and knowing the song, but it's another thing memorizing and knowing the song inside out. And it's crazy stressful, right? Because there you are. I mean, imagine you're just thinking and concentrating on what notes to play and making sure you don't make mistakes. And then your brain has to be at least 7 seconds ahead and think of what's the next section and call it out. Not just section information, but even dynamics information. So you got to go like verse drop or chorus build, super climax bridge. You actually have to call out so much information, and you don't want to call the wrong thing, right? Barnabas, good to see you. Yeah, so this is like a quick chat thing, and my goodness, it's been because I know this is sort of my first assignment as pianist and band leader. I made sure to practice hard, but my gosh, I practiced. I think it's the hardest I've ever practiced, guys. Yeah, it's like I just want to make sure that I really, really do an okay job. Like I don't want to fail people. I don't want to call the wrong things or embarrass everyone. And as a band leader, if you call out the wrong thing, you can really destroy and derail the entire worship set. So I was kind of like, I can't let that happen. And yeah, so guys, it's a brand new church with a brand new team. So really, I don't know anybody in the worship team, right? We're not friends because I'm brand new in the church, right? I hope we will be. So yeah, it's just so crazy. So I kind of wrote down 3 things I learned just from the last few days of intense practicing. Stay tuned because I'm actually going to record a video about my practice process, which is very time consuming, but basically I practiced so many times. I'm pretty sure in total by the time it's Saturday night, which is the day before I serve on Sunday, I'm pretty sure I would have played through that entire set like maybe 10 times. Yep, probably 6, 7 hours at least. Crazy. Okay, so 3 things I learned about preparing as pianist and band leader for the first time in this new church, right? So lots of firsts, right? Number 1, it takes a lot of time. and it's like, I know it takes a lot of time, but I wish I knew in a practical way that it would take a lot of time, and therefore I should allocate more of my usual work to another time. So like if I knew this week was going to be so busy, I would have perhaps done a bit more of my usual work last week so that this week I'm a bit more freed up. What I did find was a lot of time when I sat down and I wanted to work. I wanted to work on the YouTube channel. I want to work on the academy. Then I'm like, no, I got to practice. And the practice ends up taking 2 hours or something. And so that's just like crazy, right? So I think weekend I'm on, the week before, I'm going to make sure that I just push all of the work, most of the work that I have to do that week, do it the week before or do it the week after, or just do less. Like I need to really mentally prepare for a lot less time than usual for my usual work. Well, it doesn't help that right now there's lots of stuff on my plate, like motherhood and being a mom to my 8-month-old baby, and being present for the family, and doing my usual other work, like I teach piano. And so, yeah, those things will have to continue. But yeah, wow, practicing takes so much time. It's not like I'm just practicing as a pianist, but you just have to think of so much more and memorize sections as a band leader. The second thing I learned was that it is necessary to memorize sections, and you don't just memorize like, okay, it's one verse, one chorus, and then one verse, and then 2 choruses, and then 4 bridge. There's all these details, right? Like, is there an interlude before the bridge? Is there a tag at the end of the bridge? Is there, what is the dynamics? Is it a high interlude? Is it a drop interlude? How is the ending? Is there a random 6-bar interlude gap between the bridge and the chorus? It's like all these little in-between stuff that really you need to kind of analyze, right? And I mean, guys, I could just show you this notebook I have here. Yep, that's crazy amount of notes I took. I'll show you guys my note-taking details in a separate video. But yeah, my goodness, you really got to memorize stuff, guys, because there's no way I would be able to fix my eyes on the worship leader, have my fingers playing keys, and know what's happening next unless I put in all these hours just practicing beforehand. So to all you pianist band leaders out there, respect to you guys. Like, I have no idea how you guys do it. It's just crazy. Lots of information to deal with. And then the third thing, I just kind of was like, whoa, I finished rehearsal last night coming home, and I was like, so tired. And then I realized, wow, okay, that's a lot of new things to process. It's a new church. So interestingly, because it's a new country as well, like I've never really served in a church in Australia before. So I've got to process some new accents. I've got to process new hand signs, believe it or not, because some hand signs are different, right? You would think everyone signals the same way, but there are just slight differences, right? And so many times during rehearsal last night, I was like, what does that sign mean? Oh, so that's how you do chorus. Okay, so yeah, there are all these things to iron out, guys. And then, of course, it's a brand new band, and it's a brand new system as well, like a system where, you want to, I don't even really know how like rehearsal takes place. Like, is there usually an announcement before? Yeah, so I was just kind of like learning and yeah, going through the motions, and wow, just taking it all in. So I thought I would just jump on real quick to just share what it's been like over the last few days. And of course, I would love to invite you to the service if you are in Melbourne, Australia, which if you are, do come check out Crossway Baptist Church, and all the details can be found on crossway.org.au. And I would love to be there. I'll be serving this Sunday, 24th of June, for all 3 services in the morning, and that's at 8:45, 10:15, and 11:45. And I also wanted to just quickly give a quick little sneak preview announcement to let you know that I am working on a Worship Keys Ultimate Roadmap. This Ultimate Roadmap is a guide for worship keyboardists or perhaps even complete beginners so that you can sort of follow step by step and learn worship keys, master worship keys skills regardless of where you are at your current stage, whether you're a complete beginner and you don't know anything about music, or maybe you are not a keyboardist, but you want to jump on board as a keyboardist and you want to start learning. Maybe you've played for a while and you want to get better. Maybe you've played for a long time and you're getting stale. So there's all these steps. You can just jump right into where you need and refer to resources that are inside the Inspired Keys Academy. So that entire roadmap is going to be available inside the Academy. I'm very excited about it because I did spend quite a bit of time working on it today, and I will be releasing that really soon. Now, if you want to check out the Inspired Keys Academy, be sure to jump on board right now because I am doing the $1 trial. And that means you get to try the Inspired Keys Academy for 2 whole weeks for just $1. And you can just look at the description box below for more details on the Inspired Keys Academy and the $1 trial. Okay, good. I'm finally finishing my sharing and I'm going to just look at the chat. Barnabas watching from South Africa. Hello, Barnabas. Jared Albin says, hi, watching from New Orleans. Woohoo. Hello. Is this a large church? I would practice more if it were a larger church with more band members and vocalists. Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that we should practice our best regardless of how big the church is. But yeah, it's a pretty large church. I think the latest figures I received was that it's about 5,000 people all in. But of course, we also have Saturday services, and I'm not playing on the Saturday service, but it does add up to about like several thousand. So that's like, wow, praise the Lord and incredible. But even if it was an audience of a tiny group, I think we should really still, give it our best and make sure things are well practiced and we are extremely fluent with the song set and everything. But you're right, there's a lot to coordinate and there's just all these, the whole band dynamics thing, which really makes for a lot more practice. Barnabas says, is it possible to do a tutorial on how someone can play when it's just a new church and the only instrument available is a keyboard? So in other words, how to play as a one-man band. Yeah, Barnabas, the first thing that comes to mind is if you guys are pretty high tech, you could look at multitracks.com and get some tracks so that, because that's exactly why they exist, so that they fill in gaps in the band. But I don't really know what kind of sound your church is after, because there are so many kinds of churches. So if you are talking about maybe not so high tech, then my question would be, Barnabas, are you asking about whether it's like how to play solo just piano, and you're talking about keyboard or piano? Because if it's keyboard attached to main stage, then okay, right, it's not high tech. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So, but when you say keyboard, do you mean like a keyboard that can be attached to main stage? So, you can really fill with tons of layers and arps and pads and shimmer, or perhaps it's just like a good old keyboard based sounds only, then that's like a different story. But are you wanting to learn perhaps how to play in a way where you're the only person playing and you just want to create a really, really good sound? Good old. It's keyboard. Very simple, not layering. Yeah. Okay. I think I hear your question and I could really look at doing something like that. Thanks for asking. And what I'll do is I'll probably have to copy and paste your question right now somewhere, not remembering your questions. Okay, so moving on. Jared says, I'm at a smaller church, 150 people. I think I have a 1-hour rehearsal on Thursday night. Yep, same thing. It's the magic Thursday night thing. For most churches, I realize 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. That's nice and short. Ours was 7:30 to 9:30. Although typically I would come about half an hour early to just set up and prepare things. The guitar is much easier to practice. It's just send a set of chords. Yep, I fully agree with you. The keyboard or piano would make me practice more since I'm still new to it. Makes sense. That my pianist at church, she does a lot of sight reading, but the music during rehearsal. Yeah. The general rule of thumb, guys, is that rehearsals, like rehearsals in church, right, are not meant to be practice times. We should practice before we show up at rehearsal. So people who come to rehearsal practicing and making mistakes, they get told off, and they should be told off. So guys, never ever show up unprepared, okay? Because it's not very responsible and you're wasting other people's time if they have to wait for you practicing. It will get faster the more you do it, probably. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Jared, I think so too. Like, this is the first time I'm band leading in over a year. And even then, I didn't even get to tell you guys this. The 4 songs we're doing, 3 of them, brand new church songs, like brand new songs written by the church. So it's not like I've never heard them before, because I've attended the church a few times and I've heard the song sung a few times. But it's kind of like, you really need to study the song properly. It's not like What a Beautiful Name, where you roughly sang it about 500 times already. Yeah, they're pretty new songs. So that took up more time to practice. Congrats on a new position and new country. Yeah, Jared, it's been quite a ride. It's like, wow, like over the last 1.5 years, yeah, that's right. Over the last 1.5 years, it's just been new country, new everything. Got pregnant when I touched down Melbourne, and it's just been like, oh, now I'm a mom. You know, everything's so different from before this. Dwayne, hello. Good to see you again, Dwayne. Hello, Sandra. Have you ever did worship using a drum machine? Actually, no. And I wish to try it. Yeah, currently the most high-tech thing I've done is main stage. So I have a lot to learn. Yeah. Barnabas, yay, cool. Thank you. God bless you guys as well. So really, I'm just jumping on to YouTube Live real quick to just share this. And yeah, I just want to let everybody know that there is an ultimate roadmap coming up, so that people, worship keyboardists at all stages, are welcome to jump in and go like, okay, I think I need to learn this now, and just go straight on into that. That's going to be available inside the Inspire Keys Academy, which is going on for if you want to jump in on that very good opportunity. Jared says, before I had a keyboard, I played guitar and had a droning pad attached to Pro Presenter slides. Yeah, drones, awesome stuff. Like, good sounding drones really make all the difference. Sly I do says, hello, Sandra. Hello, I'm a beginner keyboardist who wants to join the academy. Do you think I learned to play like related to be one? Oh, sorry. Okay, so I think Sly's probably trying to finish up that sentence, because that doesn't sound like a complete sentence. But yes, beginner friendly. If you don't know anything about music, jump into the academy. There is stuff for you that you will learn. And because the academy is designed where I am there to help you, you can ask questions and I will be happy to direct you, or even to create new stuff for you. If, for example, you go to the academy and you're like, everything is Greek, it's too difficult for me, I don't understand anything, let me know. And so I can then create some very simple stuff just for you, if necessary. So related to be one-man band. Yep, it would change. Okay, hang on. Before I had keyboard. Yep, okay, it would change our per song change with a fade in and even. Yeah, that's awesome, Jared. Jared says related to be a one-man band. Yep, I think I get what you mean. Oh, Gabrielle, hello. So good to see you, Gabby. My goodness, what's with this time of the day? It is 12:38 a.m. in Melbourne, but all these people are online. Great to see you guys. Gabby says, Gabby won the Inspire Keys Academy t-shirt, guys. I'm going to attend a Christian university. This is awesome. Congratulations, in a few months. And I wanted to know a little about auditions because I want to audition. Looking at creating like a course to prepare for people for worship auditions. But what I really need to know is, what are the things you are going through in your head when it comes to auditions, right? Because some topics I plan to cover in this course will be like how to handle nerves, how to breathe so that you're nice and calm, how to sort of prepare like a basic set of skills so that you can show up at auditions with a really good level of confidence to to just do well in your auditions. Yeah. So Gabby, you know what? Feel free to, you have my email address, and you guys can just email me, Sandra@inspiredkeys.com. Just let me know if you're watching this as a replay. If you are going through auditions, let me know what you're going through, what questions you have, what stresses you out, so that I can begin to prepare something like that. But Gabby, basically, typical things like for auditions would be like, you want to find out what songs you will be playing. Typically, I guess they'll ask you to play 2 songs, maybe one fast and one slow. Practice that really well and have fun. Yeah. See if you can just try to jam and try to flow. So that means you kind of need to practice in a way where you don't have to stare at the chord sheets. You don't have to stare at your fingers. You have some freedom to look around at the keyboardist, at the worship leader, maybe even to sing along the lyrics and have fun. I think that's kind of what we want to work towards. Like, as spiritual musicians, guys, we should not fix our eyes on the song sheets and the chord sheets all the time. We really should have a lot of flexibility, because we're also worshiping, we're also flowing and sensing together as a band. So yeah, that's all I can offer for now. But guys, I think I'm gonna have to go to bed, because tomorrow I start work at 9. But it's so awesome seeing a whole bunch of us and chatting over here. And yeah, so I would love to see you inside the Inspired Keys Academy. If you haven't joined already, remember there's a $1 trial going on right now. And come to Crossway if you are in Melbourne, Australia. crossway.org.au. Take care, guys. Good night. Bye.